Guys, you know how much I love creepy stuff, right? Like, I am obsessed. So I thought we'd dive deep, like really deep, into the top 10 scariest places on the planet. Welcome to our countdown of the top 10 scariest places in the world. Get ready to be spooked as we take you through some of the most terrifying locations on the planet. Like, I'm talking places that will make you sleep with the lights on. We're talking haunted forests, abandoned islands, and hotels with seriously creepy vibes. This isn't just some random list, okay? We're going in-depth on each location, talking about the history, the stories, and the paranormal activity. You guys know I love a good ghost story, and trust me, these places have stories for days. Okay, so picture this. Paris, romantic, right? City of love? Yeah, well, not so fast. Underneath all those cute cafes and bakeries, there's a whole other city. A city of bones. I'm talking about the catacombs of Paris. Imagine miles and miles of tunnels. But instead of walls, it's just skulls, femurs stacked on top of each other. It's like the ultimate spooky storage unit. They say over 6 million people's remains are down there. 6 million, that's like the entire population of Los Angeles. Underground, in Paris. Some people say they've heard whispers down there, felt cold spots, even seen shadows moving. I mean, can you imagine being down there alone? I'm getting chills just thinking about it. Next up, we're heading to Mexico, to a place called Isla de las Muñecas, or the Island of the Dolls. And guys, this one is seriously messed up. Imagine an island, right? Like tropical paradise maybe? Wrong. This island is covered in dolls, thousands of them, hanging from trees, nailed to walls, just everywhere. The story goes that a little girl drowned near the island, and the caretaker started hanging up dolls to appease her spirit. But like, it just kept going and going. People say the dolls' heads turn, their limbs move. Some even say the dolls whisper to each other. I don't know guys, this one just freaks me out. Dolls are already creepy enough on their own, but a whole island of them? No thanks. Okay, this next one is seriously heavy. We're going to Japan, to a place called Aokigahara Forest, also known as the Suicide Forest. It's located at the base of Mount Fuji, and it's known for its eerie silence. Like, the trees are so dense that sound just disappears, and sadly it's become a place where many people go to end their lives. It's really sad, and I don't want to make light of that at all. But people who have gone into the forest say they've felt an overwhelming sense of dread, like something is watching them. There are even stories of compasses malfunctioning, leading people further into the forest. It's just a really sad and eerie place. Chapter 4, The Stanley Hotel. Red Rum? More like rerun. You guys know I'm a huge horror movie fan, right? So this next one is like a dream come true. And by dream I mean nightmare. We're going to Colorado, to the Stanley Hotel. You might recognize it as the inspiration for Stephen King's The Shining. Yep, that one. People say the hotel is haunted by the former owners as well as guests who died there. There are stories about lights flickering, pianos playing themselves, and children laughing in the hallways. Some people even say they've seen the ghost of a little boy in a hallway, just like in the movie. I'm dying to stay there, but also, I'm terrified to stay there. You know what I mean? Chapter 5. Poveglia Island. Quarantine forever. Okay, buckle up, because this one is seriously messed up. We're heading to Italy, to an island called Poveglia. This island has a dark history. Like, really dark. It was used as a quarantine zone for people with the plague, and then later, it became a mental asylum. Can you imagine being trapped on an island with thousands of sick and dying people? It's like something out of a horror movie. People say the island is haunted by the spirits of those who died there, and that you can hear their screams at night. The Italian government has actually banned people from visiting the island, which makes it even creepier, right? Like, what are they hiding? Chapter 6, The Tower of London, Royalty, Beheadings and Ghosts. Oh my, okay, next up is a classic, The Tower of London. I mean, come on, this place has Tower and London in the name. It's gotta be haunted, right? But seriously, this place has seen some stuff. We're talking centuries of imprisonment, torture, and executions. Like Anne Boleyn, beheaded right there. People say they've seen her ghost wandering the halls, along with the ghosts of other executed prisoners. There are also stories of shadowy figures, unexplained noises, and a general feeling of unease. I mean, with that much history, something's bound to be lingering around, right? Alright, let's head down south to Louisiana, to a place called the Myrtles Plantation. This place is like straight out of a gothic novel. It's a beautiful old plantation house, but it's also said to be one of the most haunted places in America. There are stories about a former slave named Chloe who poisoned the owner's family. People say they've seen her ghost, as well as the ghosts of children who died on the property. There's even a mirror in the house that's said to be haunted by the spirits of the former owner's wife and children. I'm getting chills just talking about it. Chapter 8. The Ancient Ram Inn, Witches and Spirits. Check-in time is now. Okay, this next one is for all you history buffs out there. We're going back to England, to a place called the Ancient Ram Inn. This inn was built in 1145, which is like crazy old. And guess what? It's said to be built on an ancient pagan burial ground. So, good vibes all around. People say the inn is haunted by a witch who was burned at the stake, as well as other spirits who have died there over the centuries. There are stories about guests being touched, scratched, and even levitated by unseen forces. I don't know about you guys, but I'd be sleeping with one eye open if I stayed there. Chapter 9. The Banff Springs Hotel, Luxury Accommodations and Ghosts. Next up, we're heading to Canada, to the Banff Springs Hotel. This place is like ridiculously beautiful. It's located in the Canadian Rockies, and it's like a fairy tale castle. But of course, it wouldn't be on this list if it wasn't haunted, right? People say the hotel is haunted by a bride who died on her wedding day. There are stories about her ghost dancing in the ballroom, and some guests have even reported seeing her in their rooms. There's also the story of a bellman who died in the hotel, and now supposedly still helps guests with their luggage. I mean, hey, at least he's a helpful ghost, right? Chapter 10. The Hill of Crosses. Thousands of crosses, millions of chills. And finally, we're ending our list in Lithuania, at a place called the Hill of Crosses. This one is less about traditional ghosts, and more about a general feeling of unease. Basically, it's a hill covered in thousands and thousands of crosses. People from all over the world have left crosses there as a sign of faith and remembrance. And while it might seem peaceful at first, a lot of visitors say they feel an eerie presence there, like there's just something about all those crosses, all that energy that can be really overwhelming. It's definitely a place that makes you think, Outro Sweet Dreams. Oh my god, you guys, I am seriously creeped out right now. I need to go watch some cartoons or something to get my mind off all this spooky stuff. Thanks for joining us on this spine-chilling journey. I hope you enjoyed learning about these terrifying locations as much as I did. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more terrifying content. And let me know in the comments which one of these places freaked you out the most. I'm dying to know. And maybe, just maybe, if you guys are brave enough, we'll do a part 2. Until next time, stay spooky.